Hey, hey.
Hey. So y'all, we on season 2, episode 1.
Welcome to the new year. Welcome to 2024. Brand new episode, brand new everything right now. Yeah. So this week, since we're kicking off this new season, we're gonna be talking about being a strong woman in her soft girl era. Like what that's like, what that means. All of that, right? Look, Keela will be able to tell y'all better because I'm sitting here like, I want to get into the conversation. So I'm going to let Keela give y'all a breakdown of where we're going with this today.
Yeah, girl, let's talk about it.
Right.
Let's talk about it. So basically, the topic came about is because I was strolling on TikTok, and it was a whole thing where people was talking about they get into marriage or they get into a relationship and they still hardcore. They still, I'm a strong Black woman and I can do everything by myself. So I feel like that's where the topic came from. And it was just like, find people to lead. Like, do you trust your spouse to lead? Because you're so used to leading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I think I might have seen something similar. No, it was this woman on TikTok, and she was like, when she met her spouse, she was like extremely hardcore, and she used to be like, "Hey, fam, get up over here and rub up on me," or something like that.
Right, because I seen that same one. That was one I seen that. I think that's the first one I had seen about it. But then after that, I keep on seeing like different scenarios when females like, I'm so used to doing everything by myself. So it's like at this point, I need to trust my partner to lead. So that was funny though, because if y'all didn't see that video, because I think I seen that video like 3-4 times coming down my timeline.
Yeah, that one was pretty funny because she was like, she didn't know, like, she said she came a long way. She said when they first started dating, she was just real rough around the edges, and she'd be like, "Hey, fam, come up over here and rub up on me or something," or "Hey, you ain't gonna give me no kiss." Like, I think she was from the West Coast or something, but it was like real, like, "Hey, fam." I think it's interesting that her husband was still attracted. Like, she was real cute. Don't get me wrong, she was super, super cute. But like, I don't think my man would have. I don't think we would have got to marriage if I spoke to him like that.
Right. Picture you in a relationship and you like
hey,
you
fam.
said, like,
hey,
you gonna come. No.
Hey, boy, come up over here and give me some love.
And then she was like a town boy as well. So I'm like you said, like you would try to picture like and him trying to get into like probably he was something like, it's time for you to get in your feminine role now. Let's slow down. Don't talk to me like that.
Man,
my lady, not my
right. Look, I'm guilty though. Like if any of y'all know me or remember how far I've come. Because I've come a long way from dressing like a boy to where I am today. But like I really I was that almost. I wasn't as hard as being like, "Hey fam, come up over here and love on me." But I was definitely a little more rough around the edges. I would say like I definitely had some super dominant traits earlier on. That I do feel like probably was a struggle for him in the beginning. Like where he's like, "Hey, you need to soften the fuck up." I mean, sorry, Dad, if you watch.
This we in the group chat, y'all. So y'all know how it's coming. So. It is what it is.
But yeah, like I'm sure he was. We've had conversations where he literally was just telling me like, "You like need to soften up." Like it, I feel. Like it was a struggle for me because like you said, for so long, I felt like for so long in so many relationships, if any of exes want to take shade, then take it. But I was always dominant. Like I just felt like I was always so dominant in the relationships to where I didn't have a choice to be soft or to be feminine or to let somebody else lead me. I didn't trust nobody else to lead me, like you were saying. And it was just like, I'm just doing myself. And it was hard to like let go of the reins. But when he started to show me how I could count on him, and he was showing me how reliable he was, and he was showing me that he could make decisions that made sense for everybody, not just him. like he showed me a lot, like in the first few years of us dating, that made me be like, okay, I can let go. Like literally just let go. I think at some point I let go too much. Where he was like, I'm about to get back over here. Where you dog?
I feel you on that one. I most definitely
so
feel you
far
on
back
that.
I was in the back with the kids. Like, can we get to McDonald's?
I feel you on that 100% because I'm not even gonna lie. It got to the point when like Trail go get some food or whatever. He know what I like, so I be like, just put whatever you want on there.
I trust you. Get whatever you gonna get. Because it would get to the point he'll order something. I'd be like, wait, what you get? I should have got what you got. Now it's just whatever you're getting, get me.
Right, but it's even like Chill will do. He would get two things. Like if he don't know, he'll get two things, and he'd be like, "Which one you like?" Or he'll give me this one, and he has something else, and I taste his, and he'd be like, "Well, I knew you was gonna like one or the other, so I take yours, you take mine." It all the time. He know like, okay, she ordering this. I don't think she's gonna like that, so I'm gonna order something that I think she's gonna like. So when she want to switch, we can switch.
Yeah, see, he be thinking ahead of the game because he know his wife. And I think that is so important too, when they actually take the time to learn you. Because I feel like my husband took more time to learn me than I took to learn him. And like that made me feel like, oh, I need to step my game up.
I'm guilty of that too.
Right? Like I look, I think we got blessed in the way that we got blessed to be able to look up at people who actually, you know, think outside of themselves in situations like that. And it kind of made me feel like, okay, I need to step my game up because he on his P's and Q's with this one. Like you said, knowing what I might like as far as meals or places to go and things like that. He'd be having a whole little list of like bucket list places to go. He's just like, oh, we're finna go somewhere real quick. And then we pull up someplace like, how did you know I wanted to come here? You know that one video when the man be like, if you don't know what your wife want, you ask her, guess where we going? And she say, and y'all already, and you be like, yeah. I just butchered the heck out of that. But I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have to do that in reverse because he already be having it planned out. He already be knowing where I want. He don't have to play no like guessing game. He be knowing. And I like half the time I just be like, prime example, Christmas. I caught myself doing my Christmas shopping earlier, like end of October, November.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we like the first or second week into December. And he mentions, oh, yeah, you know, I was thinking about getting one of these. And I just looked at him side-eye, hard as it. Like, you was thinking about getting one of them. Because I swear I be feeling like, you got my phone tapped or something. Because how you be knowing everything? So on Christmas morning, I'm looking at him like, so you ain't know he was getting this? He told me, no. But he knew exactly, like, when I tell you, like, it was like 2 weeks before. And he was like, I was thinking about getting one of these. And I was like, either he know or he know, because how are you gonna tell me you're thinking about getting something like literally like it was such a random item.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally it was a belt, right? A belt, a specific kind of belt,
right?
And he said that he was thinking about getting one of them,
and you already had it.
I already had it on the way, honey, and I'm just sitting here like.
Like, you better not go get that belt, especially because it's already under the tree.
Right. I'm just sitting here like, and so on Christmas morning, literally, I'm sitting there looking at him like, so you really didn't know you had your cup? But like, that's what, like, it be so freaky. Like, cause he really be so, like, I don't understand how he always be knowing what I be having going on, because he literally, like, it's too frequent. It happens way too often. But I say all that to say, because I was about to go on a whole other topic, whole other tangent. But I say all that to say, because of that, I trust his judgment. Because of that, I feel like I was able to become more soft because I felt like I could take the back seat and I can be like, oh, take care of me, please. Right. Like, you can do that for me. Like, I don't have to do it for myself. And I can like start to do more things for myself, like self-care and like pamper myself, make myself look good and feel good so that I can like pour that back onto him.
Yeah. I think what I'm guilty at when it comes to it is like, he know everything about me, like we were just saying, but it's just like me, I be trying to love him like my love language. So I have to try to figure, I even be asking, I'm like, what is your love language? You need to give me some type of hint or something, because I be trying to do special things, stuff like that. Like for Christmas, I know like he like homemade gifts, not like, you know, you buy like custom gifts. There we go, custom gifts, something that you have to put thought into. So that's why I had did for Christmas. But it was just like I had to really think real hard. I'm like, because it's hard to give him anything for Christmas because he'll run out and go get it if he really wants.
Yes, right. And that'd be a hard part. Like, can you stop getting everything you want so other people can get it for you?
Yeah, so I feel like it's real hard. Like that's like I said, he know what I like to eat. Like I know what type of movies he likes. So we want like, let's go to the movies. I can pick the movie. I know, like I think he would like this. I got that down pat. But any little stuff, I'd be like, because he pay attention to details when it comes to me. And I'd be like, I be trying. I'm like, I'm getting.
I can't keep up. I feel you because I be trying to. Where it's like, okay, you pay attention to so many little. It gets to the point sometimes I'd be like, let me just take note that he said he liked these things. Like literally, I got a section in my notepad now of just random things he's talked about. But then, like the problem would it be, he'd be so vague sometimes with talking about the things like, oh, I like this, but that don't mean I wanted it. And I just be like, well, I'm trying to pay attention to the details.
I know, right? Because it'd be like the only thing Trey really talk about is like tools and stuff like that. And I'd be like, no, what do you want for you? Like you. I'm sorry, Kayla's calling me. My bad, y'all.
Girl, yeah, I felt like I was getting text messages the whole time. Like I kept looking up over.
Oh. I got my phone on not disturb, but because they my kids, I got them in my favorite, and so her phone call just came straight through after I told them that I was doing it. So kids is kids.
I can hear him on the other side of this wall.
But he don't understand yet.
This is true. He just see the lights on in here and he be at the door. Sometimes I think like maybe a week or so ago when I was in here, all the lights was on, I just seen little fingers under the door.
Yeah. But back on topic.
Right, because girl, let's get back
to my kids all day. But like I was saying, it's I'm like, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better because I want to, you know, maybe pop up with some food he liked or something like that. But it's hard because he always ordered the food. If that makes sense. Like,
yeah. So now he got all the favorite orders already saved in his stuff.
Right. When it comes down to Starbucks, when it comes down to like Subway, when it comes down to Chick-fil-A, everything, he know exactly what I want down to the T. Like a pizza or anything. You know, I don't want no I don't want no mushrooms, stuff like that. He know everything like that. So it's just like when it comes to, I be like, let me surprise you a little bit. Let me put some little razzle dazzle on it, like you said.
Right.
So I feel like, and then also it's the whole thing where it's letting them lead. Because I know that's a hard for a lot of females, especially when they was like, I don't trust this person to lead. So it's like you were saying with you and your husband, you was like, you with him, it was so easy, but in your other relationships, you was used to being that main person, that person that I got everything. Whatever, I'm not, you know, you might say you're gonna do something, but you ain't gonna do it. But then once you got with your husband, he showed you that he can lead. And I feel like a lot of males don't understand that as well. Maybe this female feel like she still gotta be strong because you're not taking the lead to do so.
Right.
And I feel like that's the whole
or they be waiting for the female to ask. And I know, like I didn't ask. Even now, I still don't be asking. Like if I need help,
you shouldn't have to.
Well, no, I don't. Now I don't have to. But
no,
it's
not
like,
you. I mean, like females in general. Like the female should not have to ask a man to help if you trying to lead a family or your spouse, then they shouldn't have to ask you for little stuff.
Right. And I feel like that's where the men, like I think that's where that disconnect be coming from, right? You got these women that are so strong and they've been strong, they've been handling things on their own for so long, and then now they got a man in the picture And it may be, you know, a few years into them dating or whatnot, the woman will sit there and struggle before she'll ask him for help, and he'll sit right next to her
Seeing her
and
struggle and not do nothing.
right, or just be like, well, I'm waiting for her to ask because she's strong and I know she got it. But it's like, I don't know, I just be feeling like I hate when people tell me I'm strong. I just hate that. Like I don't know. Like now, like I think when I was younger, I used to be like, yeah, I'm a strong young woman. I'm this. I'm like, but why I gotta be that?
It's funny that you said that because I heard something like 2 days ago where this lady said my new resolution for 2024 is don't call me a strong black woman. Don't call me that because I want to be in my feminine. I want to, I don't want
Treat
to
me delicate.
exactly.
You know what? That just made me think of something. Oh, I wish I remember. I don't even remember where I seen it, but it was something like, I want to be fragile. Treat me like I'm fragile, because when something is fragile, you handle it with care. You know what I mean? Handle me with care. You know, like, so yeah, I'm not strong, I'm fragile.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like like most of us, we go through so much just to make things shake. And everybody anticipates you making it happen, and then they don't really, take account for the time, the stress, the late nights, the early mornings, the sleepless times, the days you might not even eat, the days that you like, all of the other stuff that goes into everything. All they see is, oh, you're so strong. No, I'm fragile. And I'm one moment away from breaking down and it all falling apart. Literally, I'll be feeling like if I just like, if I remove myself from an equation, I feel like so many pieces will fall apart. So I'll be feeling like, dang, I got to make sure I'm plugged in, because like it's still gonna fall apart if I do. You know what I mean? Because just like my husband is there to like hold me up, I still got to do my part to hold everything else up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, girl, you already know.
But it's like, you also think about it now, is I feel like what you're saying is like, so now that you're now that you're married and you have somebody that can hold you up, and vice versa, it's like it's different from when you was with someone that you had to hold everything up, girl.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of, I'm not feeling like, I really feel like the females that's in relationship where they feel like they cannot let a man lead, that they need to find a different man. And right,
I mean, that's true. I didn't put my legs up in the seat, because I do feel like if you're with someone or you're dating someone right now that you feel like you cannot and you will not let go and let them drive, then that's not the person for you.
right. If you don't feel comfortable enough to be like, I'm okay with you doing stuff without me having to ask. If you're not comfortable with like, I don't know, I'm trying to like explain it, but it's like,
let them make a decision for the both of you and you feel comfortable with that. Do
right.
You feel comfortable taking the back seat while this person stands in front and they're the face of your unionship, whether it's just boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever? They're the face of your relationship, and they're the ones that say, all right, so, this is what we finna do, this is how we finna do it, and like just go from there. But if you got to be like, oh no, we're not doing it that way. Actually, we're gonna let the man lead. Let him lead. Like, let him do that. If you truly feel invested in that person and you feel like you trust this person. If you do not trust that person enough to do that, then why are you with them? Because what you think you're gonna do? Train him to lead you? Because then at that point, he's still not leading.
And it's crazy that the crazy thing about it is, because if he wanted to lead, he would have. So he might not lead him for you because he's like, well, she got it or whatever like that. But he might find someone else that got it and do everything like that. But breaking down walls little by little to let the man lead, he gonna feel like a man in that relationship. And you might be with this man for 5 years. He ain't never asked to marry you, but then he might be with this one girl for a year and she make him feel like a man. He gonna marry her in a heartbeat. So I feel like when it comes to that, it's okay to be a woman. not being
Yeah.
wrong. It's
Yeah.
okay to do so. And then I feel like when it comes to men need to understand like it's okay to speak up. It's okay to be like, you know what, I got this, or I want to do this for you. I know you can do it, but I want to do it for you, or
I
just do
think that'd be the part. Like like when the men do things and say they're doing it because they want to. Like like when when my husband said something like that to me, like I know that like that was a turning point. And I feel like most women feel that way. Like when somebody expresses the want over the necessity. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing you. I'm choosing these actions for you. Like that does a lot more. It does allow a woman to let her guard down because she knows you're choosing me. You're choosing this. You're choosing, like it does do something. It definitely does.
and it be the little things. I swear it be the little things. Like when me and Trill first got together, when we first got married, everything like that, he started, girl, putting gas in the car. And I'm like, girl, to this day, since we've been married, I only put gas in the car twice, and it's because he was out of town. So, with that being said, it's just like it's the little things. Or you were just in a relationship with someone and they just come over to kick it or whatever, but they see your garbage is full. They take your garbage out without you asking. Or if they know that you like to eat, they pop up to the house to chill, but they have your favorite food. Like it be little stuff. It don't have to be major, like pay all my bills, like them. Grandma, that's a whole deal. Girl, I don't. I'm sorry. I know I just jumped to a whole conversation, but
we can talk about it, girl. Because let's talk about it.
I feel like, girl, I heard something when a man was like the 50-50 thing. He was like, I don't mind paying all the bills or whatever like that, but if I'm down and I need help, you should be able to be like, I'm gonna give you my last type. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that 50-50 thing, I mean, I love the 50-50 thing. I don't like the females to be like, you have to pay everything. If we're gonna be in a relationship, you have to pay every bill. And I don't like that. I don't like that. How do you feel about that 50-50 thing?
Girl, listen. Okay, I feel like they are taking a traditional idea, right? And they're trying to modernize it, but they're not taking on traditional roles.
That part.
Right? Because you got to think about where that comes from, right? Where the idea of that comes from. The idea of the man coming in and taking care of everything. He paying for everything, the house, the cars, the food, everything. Comes from a time when the women did nothing but stay at home and took care of the kids. And what else did she do? She ironed his clothes. She made sure she fed him first. She had his food ready hot when he walked in the door. She timed that dinner to when that man walked through the front door. She, as soon as he walked in, she taking his shoes off, putting his coat away, taking his hat off, because this was back in the day they wore them hats. Took his hat off, hung his hat up, made sure he didn't want for nothing once he came home from work, right?
Right.
We don't live in that day and age anymore. You know what I mean? The woman expects the man to do all of that, but the women don't do all of that now. Let's be honest. Let's be extremely honest. I just told y'all right now how I feel like I'm dropping the ball. I don't know every little detail of, like, my husband knows me inside and out, and I feel like, dang, I still got some growing to do because there's still some gaps in knowledge and things I still need to learn about my husband. We've been married for 2 years and we've been together for 7.
Long time.
Right. So, like, and I'm just like, man, I really feel like he genuinely knows everything that I need. He took the time to learn me and pay attention to the little details, and I feel like I still don't know everything. I feel like I still need to learn all these other pieces. So how can I sit up here and be like, well, he the man, so he needs to pay for everything, and I still don't even know. I still don't even know everything he likes. I still don't even know everything he needs. And that's not fair. And I feel like women have these delusional ideas of this traditional idea of what relationships were. Mm-hmm. But you're not willing to endure the things that your great grandmother went through with your great grandfather to get those things. Because at the same time, let's be effing for real, right? Back in the day, things was way different. I'm not saying everybody's great grandfather was a Rolling Stone, but they did what they wanted to do. because they felt like they paid the bills, they paid for everything. And who's this woman to tell me that I can't do what I want to do? He might have been messing with Charlene, who lived 2 blocks over and had a whole second family in the next town. But y'all don't want to talk about that part of it. Y'all just want to be like, well, you're going to pay for all of these bills because that's men back in the day used to do it. Men back in the day used to da-da-da-da, but it was different. Times have changed, and I don't think it's a realistic idea. Now, granted, I think we talked about this last season with the Would You Be a Stay-at-Home Spouse, that whole little thing, because there are men today who still feel a little bit of entitlement to be like, I am obligated to take care of my wife because that is my duty as a husband. And I feel like in those moments, a trade-off would be, like you said, if it runs into a situation, point in time where your husband can't do it, as a wife, it's your duty to step up. As a wife, it's your duty to be like, baby, don't worry about it. I got us now.
I got it. It's crazy you said it because I watched y'all, I be on TikTok a lot. So y'all gonna hear my reference from TikTok a lot. But I was on TikTok and there's one lady, her guy was paying all the bills. He was paying all the bills. He didn't mind paying all the bills. And that's one thing, like, if your man don't mind doing it or whatever, that's fine. But he was paying all the bills, but his hours got cut at work. And he was like, man, my hours got cut at work. I need you to help me with the bills. She said no. She said no. She was like, well, we don't need to be together because my dad told me that you supposed to be paying all the bills. And if you can't pay all the bills, then we don't need to be together.
Oh.
And she had her own job, making her own money. And he was paying all the bill. He only asked to help. Like, can you help me on, I think it was like the light bill or something like that. And she said no. And I was like, but this is your man, though.
You've been taking care of everything this whole time.
Right. You should be like, of course, baby, I got you.
Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like in the dating situation, everybody should pay for their own shit. Y'all dating, it ain't no obligation there, ain't no rings, ain't no marriage, there's no obligation. Legally, there's nothing binding the two of you. So why should you as a woman feel like this man needs to take care of you? Who are you to him? What investment is it there? Your relationship, your marriage is an investment. A relationship is not. It's not. Let's be for real. The only thing y'all are investing in each other at that point is time and energy. Mm-hmm. Like, it shouldn't be monetary. You shouldn't feel like, well, we're dating, so since we're dating right now, I need you to take care of me, because just like that, he could invest all of his money and time and energy. You know how you as a woman feel when you invest your time and energy into a man and he play in your face and run off with some other girl, and now you sitting there feeling like, I wasted so much time. And then you be so heartbroken over wasting your time, right? Because you won't get your time back. It's done, it's gone, it is what it is, right?
Right.
So why would you feel like you want to pour your money into somebody if you know how you feel about pouring your time into somebody? Yeah. Don't they say money is time is money, all of that? What where that ideal at, at that point in time? Like, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like people be putting too much emphasis on what somebody can and should be doing for them in a dating world.
Yeah, maybe because we're not in the dating world no more, but I really feel like when it comes to like, girl, I'm glad. I was glad as hell. Look, it's different nowadays because you be hearing a lot of stuff, and it's just like, when that whole thing came about where like the 50-50 thing, or like they want this man to do all that stuff like that, why dating? I never got it. I never understood it. I was like, why? This man might not even want to marry you. He might just, you just holding up space right now.
Right.
So why do they have to do all this? Or like the whole thing where it comes to the first date. I'm like, with that whole first date thing, my thing is,
I'm surprised we ain't talked about that yet. I'm surprised. We still haven't talked about that yet. Not for real, for real.
I'm a home girly girl. If you want to just cuddle up and watch a movie, I like time. I like to spend time. If we're going on a first date and we get to know each other, I don't care about expensive, date night. I rather, like, if we're going out to eat, I don't care what we're going out to eat. At least we talking to get to know each other.
Yes.
Because you might be like, no, you need to take me to this place. But when y'all sit there and have a conversation, the conversation not even good, and you waste, like, I'm wasting my whole time. You want me to spend $2,000 on a meal, and you can't even give me,
good conversation?
think the same thing. You can't even give me good conversation. What you trying to do in the next 5 years? Where are your goals? Like, what type of woman you are? And you want me to spend this much on you?
Right. Then they be sitting there like being mad when a man have expectations. Like, but girl, you putting it out there like this is what's important to you. So if you finna be shallow, he finna meet you there. He's going to meet you where you want to be met. If you finna be shallow, he finna be shallow too and be like, well, you came through the door saying what you wanted. This what I want.
Right. And then also those females need to think of this as well. If you only worrying about how much money this man finna spend on you, 9 out of 10, you're not gonna be wifey. Because they're gonna want someone that can meet them on a mental level.
Yeah.
Or meet them where they
on an intellectual level, on a grow, like somebody that can grow and build with.
Yeah, let's build together. Like come on, I'm not gonna lie. I'm married now, but if I was in a dating world, I would not sit there and try to talk to someone that's not trying to see where I'm at. Like worrying about like let's grow together. Like I think most of these females now that's in the dating world, they only worry about okay, you gonna pay for this, you gonna pay for that, but they don't even have a 5-year plan. They don't have a year plan.
So like, what you gonna do? What's your plan? If I was a man and a girl was going through all of that, I would be like, so if I'm paying all your bills, what's your plan? What you gonna be doing while I'm paying all your bills? What are you gonna be doing? Are you gonna be chasing a dream? Are you building an empire? Are you building a business? Are you like what are you gonna be doing while I'm paying your bills?
It's crazy you said that because I seen on TikTok, this man was like, I don't mind paying all your bills if you're dating, if you have a goal for yourself. If you're busy, if you're productive, if you have like you want to go back to school, or you trying to pick up a trade, or you trying to do something, I don't mind all that. But if you want me to pay all your bills just for you to sit at home, for you to just be like shaking your ass on social media, and you want me to pay all your bills, like especially
girl, my head could tilt any more. I'm falling out this tub.
Dude, like it's crazy to me. I feel like you should want better for yourself. You should motivate yourself. If it's something that you can't do for yourself, then why do you expect a man to do it?
Girl, let's talk about it. So my coworker, right? So we had this customer come in. She was an older woman, and we were just helping her, and she had looked at my hand. She's like, "Oh, your ring is pretty." I was like, "She's like, you're married?" I said, "I am." She was like, "Oh, you look very young." I was like, I mean, I am. I'm a little older than I look. That'd be my response all the time. Y'all be making it feel like I'm old, but I'm young. But I'm really young. I told this man I was 52 one day. He was this old white man. And he was like, I said, look, I know this off topic, but y'all know how I get, okay? It is what it is. But I had used the phrase, "Oh, now we're cooking with gas." And he was like, "What do you know about that saying?" I love that saying. That's one of my favorite sayings. I was like, "Oh, I'm older than I look." And he was like, "You can't be that old." I was like, "I'm 52." And I went on about my way. When I tell y'all, I finished doing what I was doing, and he was still standing there with his jaw on the ground. And I was like, "I'm just playing." He was like, "I was going to say, I know black don't crack, but goodness." I was like, "No, I ain't 52. But I had that man over there questioning life. He was like, okay, I'm sorry. But the woman that we was helping, she started dropping gems on us. Like, she was like, "You're so young, you know, all this stuff." She was like, "When did you?" She's like, "You don't look like you're, you know." She's like, "Did you get married?" I was like, I got married at 30. She's like, "Oh, okay. Well, yeah." She's like, "I didn't think you were over 30. So then my coworker was like, "Do you think 30 is too young to get married?" And the woman was like, "No, I think that's a good age to get married. I think anything earlier than that is too young because you don't even know yourself." She said she married her husband when she was 19, and they were together since they were 14. She was 14 and he was 15. She's like, "I don't know anybody else. I don't know anything else. I only know my husband." She said, "But I would recommend, getting married later, right? Because use your 20s to learn who you are, build your own character, right? Build yourself up, do all the things that you need to do to solidify you as a person. Don't get up under somebody else or jump relationship, but really build on you so that when 30 rolls around, you actually know what you want out of a partner." But dang, I was going somewhere with it because you had just said something right before. Um, you just said something right before.
I
I don't
don't
know
know,
this.
but
Like I almost wish we could rewind it.
I do agree with what she said though, because y'all, you know, I got married at 24. I got married at 24, so I do get that. And me and my husband now, we're totally two different people.
Then
But
y'all were at that age, right?
yes, so it was like now that we at this age, with us getting married young, now that we at this age, we know each other better too, though. So it's like before I didn't know myself, but now I grew to this person like, okay, I know myself, but I also know my husband as well. So when it comes to, you know, getting into stuff like that, we know each other limits. So we know each other more. And I think it was because we learned all that stuff when we was in our early 20s. But I do think if you wait until you're 30 enough to get married, that'd be good. Because like you said, you know yourself already. You don't have to try to figure it out and go through that whole little thing before.
Because it do be some turbulence, right? While you're trying to figure out yourself, it's almost like you're battling, like, because you're growing and you're changing. So the things that would have flown for you 3 months ago, you grew a little bit in 3 months. Now you be like, actually, I don't mess with that. That don't vibe with me. And it's like you're constantly battling through this evolution because your ideals are changing, your standards are changing, like everything about you is changing in that whole time. So like you're with a partner who's also going through the same things, and like it can easily happen to where y'all be butting heads because y'all like, nah, like this ain't that, you know.
Because you think like y'all both in y'all ways trying to figure out how to be the best you. And his way of being the best him is different from my way of being the best me. So we had to learn to be the best us, if that makes sense. So we had to go through that whole thing. So when you get married a little later, like you said, your 30s and on, it's like, okay, I know me, you know you. And at this point, you know, it's just like it makes better. But like, look, we finna go on 8 years, so we must did something right.
Look, oh, you know what else she told me? She told me that she said marriage. So she said relationships. Look, I'm about to just start dropping gems that this woman has told me at the stove because she's been married for a really long time. Like she said, they've been married for, I don't know. She said
it had to be a long time.
7 years or something. I don't know. It was something like 27 years, something like that. But she said, what was it, 37 years? I don't know. It was a long time. But she said, every other year, like she said, the odd years were hard for the first 7. She said, after you get past the 7th year, it's easier. But the first 7 years of marriage, every odd year is going to be a hard year. And I'm like, what?
I believe that because they call it the 7-year itch. A lot of people get divorced when at the 7th year because it
at the 7th year or before the 7th year.
Before and at that 7-year mark. So it's like 7 and lower. A lot of people get divorced, but once they pass that, like when they get to like the 8th year or whatever like that, then it's more calm.
Congratulations, you made it past the 7-year itch.
Girl, that man ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. I feel like because we learned each other. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to go learn anyone else. I don't want to go through that.
Somebody peed in the dating pool. That's my favorite little saying. Like, I don't want to get in that pool. Somebody peed in it.
I don't know. I don't want to learn no one else. I'm good with the person I learn. I'm good. It took so long to learn him to the point where we're good not all the time, but nobody good.
Most of the time. It's good. It's good. Even the times it ain't good, it's good. It's better than it would be with anybody else. That's how I feel about it.
And it also, you know, like back in the day when you used to get into it with your partner, it'd be a minute before y'all make up. It's to the point with me and him, it might even take like 10 minutes. It's just like we come back, we take a breather, we come back and talk about the conversation, and we be grown about it.
Right.
So it's like we learned that. I feel like after, you know, That man ain't going nowhere. Long story short, we ain't going.
It's you locked in, ain't no switching up.
It ain't no switching up. It ain't no
No,
point.
but I love that. I love that. Like I think it does take a while to get to that point, especially like you're saying, like where look, I'm just too comfortable. I got my legs kicked up here and everything. But it takes a while for you to get to that point where it was like, you pissing me off right now. Let me go over here and then come back. You want some chicken?
That's funny because that's how it be. Girl, I'm not gonna lie. We could be mad like the other day. I forgot I was up to pay. But then he ordered food and said, Kimmy, come get your food. Girl, that little, I don't know what the beef was about. But after I got that food, girl, I was like,
What
love
no
you.
beef?
Look, love you.
Thanks, honey. Sitting there doing a little dance while you dipping the chicken. Thank you.
Or you might be sitting up, I be upstairs in my office, he'll text you like, love you too. Beef gone.
Right. Hey, but it'd be so funny, you know. So in relationships, y'all, it'd be like petty beefs that don't be beefs. Like if you text me love you without the I, we beefing. But I know you love me.
It's crazy because it really do be petty beef. It be like, girl, it'll be real small and you have to think about like, that's not even the art. That's not worth it. It's not worth
Let
it.
it go.
So I love the fact that we at this point where it's just like, love you. We know what it is.
Right.
You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Come on.
Right.
Ain't no point in sitting here beefing all day for something.
It really ain't.
Cool
For
with.
real.
Knowing you ain't
At the end of the day, you was my person, and you ain't going. I'm not going nowhere. You might think you're going somewhere, but we locked in. Like it is what it is. You are my person.
It's funny because one time, girl, what happened was, you know how like sometimes they be like, I'm going to sleep on the couch or something like that. Girl, one time Chill did that. Call himself doing that to me, girl. You can tell what I did. I got my cover, and we had the ottoman stand. Girl, I pushed that ottoman stand right next to the couch.
We sleeping on the couch tonight. Sleepover. Scoot over. Girl, James don't even try it no more. He don't even look. He'll just be mad on that side of the bed. We'll wake up in the morning. It'll be okay. Eventually, look, I'll do a little. Girl, we not beefing. This is not that. We're not doing this. This is not
that is an example of being soft. Like you're not trying to be the macho
right.
man. You're not trying to be the man in the relationship.
Right.
Okay, there. You right.
Yep.
So,
yep, honey.
I love it.
Yeah. Look, I ain't gonna lie though. Sometimes I be trying to just like, okay, yep, and he still be no. I do that too. Like the past me would have been so dominant, so assertive that I would be like, I'm not backing down.
I'm always backing down. Jill could just give me a smile. Girl, I don't feel like he could just give me a smile, girl. My whole attitude gone.
For real though, that's all to be taken. I don't think they be understanding. Girl, I could be mad about whatever. And then all he gotta do is like literally I could be sitting there. It don't matter. It don't even matter. He could a smile. I'll just say a smile because that's all it really be taking.
That's all it takes. It just
he could crack a joke and girl, I be Ken. That's the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. I love that man.
Knowing your feelings was just hurt 10 minutes ago. 10
minutes ago, all of a sudden it just melted away because you said something. What you say, baby? Whole time I was big mad in my feelings over here in my head about it, like, and then you have the nerve to come up in here and all of a sudden, baby, you huh? Yeah. Okay.
I swear, because they really be like that. Because he'll sit there, he'll look at me, he'll give me a smile, give him a smile. We just start laughing. Is that something like that's why I mean like it's so. I feel like that's how you know you want a man to lead. Yeah. That's how you know that's your person.
That's your partner.
Right. And then I feel like a lot of females be in the relationships for the wrong reason.
That's very true. That's very true. Or even males. Sometimes just people be in relationships for the wrong reasons. Like, I know I've been seeing this thing about like my hair's starting to frizz up. So sorry, y'all. I've been looking at it like, oh my God.
Good, nobody know this, so
Okay, cool. So I've been seeing this thing where like people are asking, like, you know, the love bombing, or asking certain questions earlier on in a relationship, like trying to plan futures together with people, and then they fall in love with the idea of what the relationship could be, because this person might be someone who actually is aspiring to be something, actually has plans and has goals, but they're spewing these, they're sharing these ideas with somebody who's not like-minded, who does not have plans, who does not have goals. But you just shared all of yours and they sound very doable. And you're an ambitious and driven person. So now that person is drawn to you because they feel like they can go somewhere with you. Not actually grow somewhere with you, but go somewhere with you. They're not going to contribute to the plan. They just want to come along for the ride. And I think
a piece of the pie.
Yes. And I think like we make that mistake too many times where like you have a conversation with somebody and they say all the right things, right? You let this man take you on this date to Ruth Chris and he got this steak in front of you and you think like, okay, he got some money, like he might be able to da whole time. Not really. He put everything into that date to win you over to switching bait.
Or he got it from his side chick or his other chick that say, let me hold $20 to the mile.
Let me hold $20 to the mile. That girl. But no, for real, like, girls do it too, right? Those be the same women, like, oh, he needs to have this. That's where I was going with it. You know, saying that, you know, you have people come to the table with this list of things that they need in a partner, right? You know, you gotta have this. I want to have your own house, like own your home, have a 6-figure income, have you know, this type of credit score, this, and this, but then your list don't even match up to that list. You're asking for all these things in a partner that you don't even bring to the table yourself.
Or not even trying to get. That's my part. Why are you not trying to better yourself? And this go for male or female. It's like, right. Like you said, let's build together, because at the end of the day, if you building together, then the outcome is gonna be greater.
Much greater.
Like, I don't know. And then you think about it in the long run. Like, for instance, I'm just gonna use me and Trev for example. Us building together, now that we at a point, not the point we want to be, but we at a point that was better than where we was at before. Mm-hmm. Now we appreciate it more because we did it together.
Yes. And then like y'all literally can actually sit there in that moment and be grateful for it. I think like that's the era that I'm in right now, of being like, but you know, we prayed for this. Like I was just telling him, like, you know, there was this one point, like we were living in our old house and like we were sitting in the basement, we were having a conversation and we're talking about where we wanted to go and what we wanted. And like sitting here now, I was just sitting here like, because now we're planning for our next, like we do this, we have meetings and we talk about what we want to do next, right? So what's on our table, what we're trying to achieve next, right?
Right.
And I love that about our relationship, because my husband and I, we sit and we talk about our goals and what we aspire to do as a unit and what each party needs to do to make it happen, you know. And since our very first, I'm going to say our second encounter, right? Now, it wasn't a date, it was an encounter. And it was a platonic encounter, but we had a really deep conversation. Mm-hmm. Like we had like he was one of the first males to ask me, what do you want to do? Like, what's your plans for the next 5 years? And mind you, this is a platonic encounter, mm-hmm. right? We are in a professional setting, just having a conversation. And there was no flirting, there was nothing. It was just a professional platonic conversation. And it intrigued me. I'm like, dang, like this dude, there's something about mm-hmm. this dude. And then like years later, then we, you know, encountered each other again. And that's where we like, okay, let's go on a date. Our first date, we went to the movies and to Steak and Shake. And we made it a repetitive date. We would do that at least once a week. Go to the movies and go to Steak and Shake. But it was our time to talk. And we would sit at Steak and Shake until they, like, I think Steak and Shake in Gurney used to be like 24 hours. If it wasn't 24 hours, it would like close at 2 o'clock or something like that. But we would be in there all night until it was like nobody left in there. Like just talking. And like and that was like one of the things I really love that like we did in the very beginning. Like we just would sit there and talk. I can't tell you what we talked about. We talked about everything. But like in that now, we sit here and we have these conversations about what it is we want to do next. And in that moment, you know, we're just having that conversation. I'm like, dang, here we are talking about the kind of house we want to have next or the kind of things we want to have next. But like, we need to take a moment because where we are today, right now, we pray for this house. We pray to have a home like we have. We pray to have like the 2 cars that we have. Like we pray for all of this stuff. Like I love the fact we could take that moment and like be grateful for it and live in it, you know?
Yeah. I get that 100%. And I think the most important thing of that whole thing was that y'all talked about it. It was a conversation. Y'all, like for me, my most important thing to me is communication. I don't care, like that's my number one is communication. Because I feel like if y'all don't have communication, it's like, where are you going? I want us to be on the same page. And if we're not on the same page, how can we get on the same page? You know, so it's just like you said, you have to have conversations with people. Like you said, y'all not even dating, y'all have a serious conversation about where y'all want to go. So what y'all just having that one conversation, not even dating at that point and having that conversation where y'all want to go. Now y'all like, you know what? We on the same page. We want to grow. Even if we're not together, you was back of his head and the other way around. He was like,
yeah,
man, shorty, like, you know, I usually ask this question. I don't never get an answer like that. So it was just like, it was perfect because it's like, y'all both see yourself somewhere better. And I feel like now in a dating pool, how it is now, they're not thinking about their future. They trying to do something that's a quick get up, a quick a buck, or like, let me get this money real quick. But they're not thinking about the end goal. I'm
huh?
Oh, I thought you was gonna say something. I was like I feel like males and females, they're not thinking about that. And I feel like I don't like one thing with me and Trey, we don't think just for us. We think about the kids. Okay, when they're grown, you know, I want to have this for them.
Girl,
I don't want to go through the things that we went through. Or I heard this thing, me and Trey decided, okay, our kids, when they're 18, they're not leaving the house right away.
Thank you.
They're not leaving the house right away. But we did say what we're gonna do is give them rent, but with the rent, we're gonna put it in a saving.
So then when they ready to go, all of the money they ain't paid you for rent, here you go. A jump start for your adult life. Girl.
Yeah. We said we just like save all this money until you're ready to buy a house. This is your down payment. This is your down payment, and then all the stuff you need for that house. Like, this is what this for. And I'm not even gonna tell them. Like, they think they're getting attitudes like, I gotta pay you this and that. Little do you know, I'm setting you up.
Yes, literally, girl. That's literally the same thought process I had. So where I work in Highland Park in Dallas, and it's a very affluent area. It's just like the Highland Park in Illinois, just like it, if not more up there. The houses are ridiculous. I'm telling you, these folks got a ridiculous amount of money. But I'm sitting here helping people who are like my age or older, and they're just now leaving their parents' account. They're like, yeah, I'm getting married, so it's time for me to get off my parents' account. That's when it's time for you to get off your like, yeah, you know, I'm moving in with my fiance, and I'm getting off my parents' account now. When they're getting married, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like at where we was at, we didn't learn that. That was not an option for us.
It wasn't a part of our culture.
Exactly.
It really wasn't. Let's be for real. Let's be honest. It's not a part of our culture. It's so many times in our culture, people think, oh, when I turn 18, I gotta go. When I turn 18, or when I turn 18, I'm getting out of here. Right? Like, it's just, why? Why are you in a rush to go? Where are you going to? You in a rush to go struggle? You're in a rush to go, like, what are you in a rush to do? Like, I feel it so much more now, and I wish I would have listened when my elders, everybody would tell me, slow down, quit being in a rush to grow up.
It's not what you want. What they say, it's not what you think it is.
It ain't.
Because it most definitely wasn't.
I tell my kids this all the time, and I tell my daughter, who's like 3 years away from being 18, like, trust me, it's not what you want to do. Like, now she's coming around to the idea, like, well, yeah, I mean, I can stay. I would stay. And I'm just like, you should stay. You will stay. Like,
This is not an option. You think
right,
it's an
like,
option? It's not an option.
you're staying at home. But it's for the best, right? Like, I would rather release my kids into the world with financial literacy, knowing who they are, like completely sound and then self-sufficient. Right now, this girl can't even make rice. I don't think she's gonna be able to make rice in the next 3 years. You ain't moving out nowhere. You know what I mean?
Right. And then also, I want to get to the point where I help my kids build their credit as well, because I feel like when we was like in that age or whatever, we was not taught anything about credit. Like you remember back then when like the phone things, you're like, okay, this person called me, I'm gonna jump to this one, not knowing that it was messing up your credit and stuff like that, or like getting cars and financing, like all those different things. You did
all of that.
Nothing about that. And then now you to the point like, dang, I really need to build my credit because it's gonna be so much easier on me if I do that. So I want to set my kids up to the point where you're getting this credit card. This is what this credit card for. You paying this off this when, you know, and stuff like that.
So right now, so I have one credit card where I added my oldest daughter as an authorized user. Not giving her a card. She don't have a card. She don't even know she's on this credit card. But she's already got something right now with her name tied to it as far as good standing credit. So by the time she's 18, she's already going to have a history of credit built for her already. Even though it's a joint account, she's already got credit being established for her currently under one of my accounts.
That's what I'm going to start when they get a little bit older.
Yeah, Chloe, I haven't been able, I couldn't do it for Chloe yet, but like.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like and then also that go back to picking a spouse. You want to make sure they on the same page you on and want your kids to be successful and not just living just to live. You want them to come out ahead.
Yeah.
So, girl, it's okay being soft. I want to be soft. I don't want to
look, I love it over here. It's been a very long time. I didn't even know I could be this soft, and I'm glad that I am. Look, I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
You learn yourself more when you're soft.
Absolutely.
It's crazy because you think about it, it's like, I didn't even know that I would like this. I didn't even know I was okay with letting this man lead me as like he's leading me and me sitting back or relax. I didn't know I was gonna like that. I'm not gonna like at the beginning it was like I want to work because I need to work. Like I'm right. I don't want, but now everybody know I am ready to quit this 9 to 5 real quick and hurry because I know my man can lead me. I know he can do it. So
look, I feel like as much as I say like, yeah, I would want to be the stay-at-home spouse. When I say that part of it, I just mean I don't want to work for nobody else.
Oh yeah, that's
I would rather. I'm still work, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I still want to be out there because y'all know me. I'm a hustler, baby. I like to do stuff. I like to be busy. I like to be creating. I like to be just doing something, right? So, regardless, I just feel like no matter what, no matter how soft I am, my husband gonna always know he got a partner in me because you ain't got it, baby. It ain't gotta be a 50-50 thing. It's whoever got it.
It's a partnership.
What's mine is yours, and it's all the same to me.
That's my whole thing is we're doing this together. This ain't no regard, like you said, it's ours.
It's ours.
It's ours.
It don't matter who went to punch the clock. This is ours.
Right. And like the whole thing, like you were saying, when I do quit my 9 to 5, is because I have other stuff going on. I do not want to have to be at work at this time. That's my thing. I don't want to. I have to sit down and be on your clock for this long. I don't want to do that. I think that's the part that I'm like, I'm ready to quit my 9 to 5 because I don't want to have to do something. I have to take break at this time. I have to take lunch at this time. I got to put.
It's somebody else mandating your time.
Right.
I don't like that.
I got a request to take a vacation. Like I don't like that. That's the part that I'm like, I'm ready to quit my 9 to 5.
So ghetto. Who signed me up for this? Mom, I'm moving home. I'm so sorry. I did not really want to be a grown up. It comes with too many responsibilities and bills, and then I got to do stuff for other people. Like, I would rather us go back to having our business, and I will be in that mug morning to night if I got to be. I would rather do that because in this time that I'm building the value in that time, opposed to somebody else telling me that my time is worth X amount per hour, because it's not.
Exactly.
My time per hour is infinite. Y'all ain't got enough money to afford me per hour. I need another job.
Exactly, because I sure won't have to be like, I need a side. Girl, I'm just ready because I'm not even feeling like because 2024 is happening. Even if I just go down to part time, because what we have in store for this year, and
y'all don't know.
What I really think by next year is gonna be to the point, because I'm speaking. You gotta speak it. It's gonna get to the point where it's gonna cover all bills. It's gonna cover trips. It's gonna cover anything you want. It's not gonna be a need for anything. Like, we don't have to hustle for it. It's gonna be there in our account regardless.
Period.
Pooh. I'm speaking it into
okay. Look, we done already went over time. Look, because y'all know when we get to talking, we can talk. We can talk. Okay.
I love this episode. It was a good episode.
It is a good episode. And I guess it's a good thing that we kind of went a little bit over because I got to break some news to you guys. So next week, we taking a break. Mainly because it's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday. So I was contemplating us actually going live and doing a show on my birthday. But I don't know. I might be outside. I don't know yet. So I don't want to promise that we're going to be here and then I not be here. So instead, if we are here, it'd be a surprise. Ta-da! But if we're not here, you guys understand why. Just wish me a happy birthday on our page or something. Send us a little nice message or something like that. But that's that, right? So I ain't going to be here. We might, maybe, but more than likely, no.
Here, because even if she decides that she's not outside, she's gonna be inside or during her birthday. It's her day.
What can I say? She said it. So
but we love you.
Right. You know, so we ain't gonna be here next week, but the Sunday after that we will be. So listen, I do want to say this because I feel like we have not done this for you guys. We ain't been marketing. So I know some of y'all been missing us, and like you'll catch the stream, you know, late, or you'll be like, dang, I forgot they came on, because we have not marketed that we've been coming. So my bad. Okay.
Our bad.
Right. You know, players be slipping. Look, it's just because we got so much stuff that we got coming that we be trying to spread ourselves a little. We have been spreading ourselves a little thin these past few weeks, trying to prepare what's to come. So look, y'all gonna get sick of us teasing this one little piece of hair, y'all. It's really
good. I'm so tired of you touching me. It's fun. You just touch it. It's good.
Okay. But look, when it finally comes, y'all gonna be like, y'all could have been told us or did this, but look, it's coming. We got some stuff working, so just bear with us. But I can say this: we're gonna be better. We're gonna make sure we get marketing out there for y'all. We're gonna make sure that y'all know when we come in, y'all know what we're talking about, y'all ready to tune in. That is my promise to y'all. So with that being said, thank you guys for being here on episode 1 of season 2. I almost said episode 11. Girl, let's talk about it. Oh my goodness.